Hi, we're going to do some chair yoga today. I hope you're all doing well and that you enjoy the practice. We'll start with our breath, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. And as we do that, we're going to lengthen each breath until eventually the breath becomes 2 to 3 times longer than your normal breath. So I know that as you start this, you may have looked at the directions or the description online, but I just want to make sure that you know that you will need a block or a couple of small toss pillows and a strap, or you can use a long scarf or a tie. And I like to have a non-stick surface underneath me, so I'm using a yoga mat. Um, that would be your choice. I have 2 chairs, and they're lightweight, so I can turn them any way that I want. So let's get started. Like I said, breathing in and out through the nose and the mouth. Placing your feet flat on the floor. Perhaps you find a comfortable place for your hands. And as you breathe in, notice the air filling up your tummy, your lower lungs, your upper lungs, all the way up to the shoulders. Maybe you roll those shoulders back and relax them. And then as you exhale, in reverse, letting the air release from each of those areas, eventually coming down to the belly button and bringing that belly button closer to the spine. So it's a very intentional breath. And then you start all over again. Now, if you want to go into an Ujjayi Pranayama, a yoga breath, you can close the mouth and breathe in and out through your nose. So that is your choice. It just helps to warm up your body a little bit better, a little bit quicker. And then as we do this, we're going to start with our arms. Bringing our arms to our sides, and then palms are up, bringing the hands up overhead, and we're going to gaze up toward the fingertips. Beautiful. And then bring the hands down to heart center. Good. And let's do that again. Arms come out to the side, palms facing up. Bring the hands up and touch. Gaze up. Exhale. Bring the palms to heart center. One more time. Inhale, up. Exhale, bring the palms down. Now let's place your hands down on your thighs. And we're going to stretch those hands out in front of us. Palms are up. Now turn your hands over so the palms are down. Bring the palms so that they're facing forward and push. Good. Leaning over but keeping the spine nice and straight, gazing in between your hands. And then inhale, come back up. Put your hands into a fist, bring the elbows back, and gaze up. Good. So you have a nice little curve to your spine here. And then again, Hands go out in front, palms facing down. Turn the palms up. Then palms come up and facing forward, push. Let your body follow, gaze between your hands. And then fist your hands and bring the fist to your sides. Gaze up, let that lower back bend and reset here. And then come back, hands come out, palms down, turn the palms up, and then the hands face forward, push. And then palms come together into a fist and bring the fist to your sides. Now let's just bring your hands to your sides, shake them up a little bit, maybe turn the wrists in one direction and then the other. Very nice. And then bring them again to heart center. Let's take a nice deep breath here. Inhale, exhale. And then again, let's bring the arms out in front of you and bring the right hand out behind you, turning your chest toward the right. Good. Gazing past those right fingers. Nice. Just hold here if you can. You know, if one arm is having difficulty, then just let it rest on the back of the chair. And then bring it back up and maybe let it rest again when it's tired. So you are getting some muscle challenging here throughout that arm. And then let's bring the hands down, bring the left hand to the outside of your right thigh and your right hand to the back of the chair. You're still gazing to the right and your chest is turned toward the right. As you exhale, bring your chin down toward your chest and then turn toward the front of you. Gaze forward. Exhale, chin comes down and to the right. And let's do that 2 more times. Nice and slow. Want to be very careful with your neck. You might notice some crinkling and clicking. That's all good. And I don't know which one you're on, so we'll finish up here with whatever you're on as far as numbers. And then come back to center. Very good. Let's bring the shoulders up, scrunch the face. Bring your hands into fists. Ooh. And then release. Feel the softness. And then scrunch. And then release. And then scrunch. And then release. And bring both arms out in front of you. Take that left hand, bring it out behind you. Reaching the fingertips in opposite directions. Your chest is facing toward the left. Beautiful. Nice. And like I said, if you need to rest your hand or arm, go ahead and do what you need to do or try to come back into the pose once you have. Even if you have your arms down, you're still getting a twist from the waist here. Press your feet into the floor. And then as you exhale, bring that right hand to the outside of your left thigh, the left hand behind your chair. Your chest is still facing toward the left. Now I want you to pay attention to your tush and just notice where it's placed on the chair. I want you to notice your tummy muscles and I want you to engage them. Notice the pelvic muscles, the ones you use to hold when you have to go to the bathroom and you can't go right now. Those are the pelvic muscles. Yeah, and those two areas are called the bandhas, Mula Bandha and Uddiyana Bandha. And then as you exhale, bring your chin down and toward the front. Smile. Exhale, bring the chin down and to the side. And let's do that 2 more times. I'll try to keep track of how many times we're doing it this time. Good. Yeah. Last time. Very good. Nice. And then we'll come back to center. Bring your hands to your thighs. Take a deep breath. Inhale. Lengthen the spine. Bring the top of your head toward the ceiling. And exhale. Release. Now we're going to take our tush and bring it forward a little bit and reach the legs out. Okay? And we're going to flex your feet here. All right? Now we're going to take the block that you have, and if you don't have a block, you can try to just do this by bringing your hands down on your legs. Just try not to lean on your knees, okay? Want to make sure you protect that area. But if you have the block, you can place it in between your feet and put your hands on the block. And we're going to fold forward here, keeping the back nice and straight and just gazing beyond your toes. Again, your feet are flexed, so push your heel out and your toes towards you. Beautiful. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, fold. This is a forward fold. Very nice. Take a deep breath here. Let's engage those bandhas, abdominal muscles, pelvic, and bladder muscles. And then take the block and bring it outside of your right foot. Good. And inhale, bring the arms up overhead, gaze up. Exhale, bring your hands down to the block. Inhale, back up. Exhale, down to the block. Good. Inhale, up. Look up. Exhale, down to the block. Now take the block and put it outside the left foot. And inhale, the arms come up. Gaze up. Exhale. Hands come down to the block. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Good. So we're stretching one more time. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. We're stretching those hamstrings and our calves. Very good. And then let's come back up. Bring the feet to the floor. Knees are bent. So we're going to do a little cat and cow here. So inhale for cow. Reach the hands behind your chair. Gaze up. Let that lower back reset again here. as you shine your chest toward the ceiling or the sky if you're outside. Inhale here. As you exhale, bring your hands up overhead. Give yourself a hug and fold forward, gazing down. So here, your back is curved, and this is cat pose. Inhale, the arms come up and behind your chair. Gaze up. Exhale, give yourself a hug and fold forward. Now, if you want to go a little bit farther, you can go farther, but we're trying to round the back here. And then inhale up, arms behind the chair. Exhale, down and round the back, gaze behind you. And then come back up to seated. Beautiful, you're doing great. So we're going to do some lower body now. So we're going to turn your chair toward your second chair, okay? And they're both kind of facing each other as if there were another person sitting here and they were facing you, okay? Nice job. And we're going to do a little more intense forward fold by bringing our both feet up onto the chair. And we're going to just straighten that back, lengthen the spine, gaze forward, or maybe past your toes. You can take your hands and bring them to the sides of your chair. Inhale here. Exhale here. Inhale, the arms come up overhead, gaze up. Exhale, forward fold, reaching for the toes. Now, if it's hard for you to get to your toes or even to fold forward, you can always take your strap, put it around the bottom of your feet, and then when you fold forward, you're just reaching toward your eyes toward your toes, okay? And it doesn't matter how far forward you fold. All that matters is that you do fold forward. And once you get here, you're going to feel a stretch along your hamstrings and your calves, all right? Push those heels forward and the toes toward you. And you'll feel a little bit more. Bring your head up a little bit and then fold again. So this is just a great stretch for that back of the legs. Mm-hmm. And then as you inhale, come all the way up to seated, release, and you can bring the strap down. Let's bring the feet down. And we're going to take that right knee and bring it up to your chest, okay? Very nice. Just hold it there for a second. And then we're going to take the right foot and bring it onto the chair so that the bottom of your foot is facing toward the left, all right? So your foot is sideways and your knee is facing toward the right. And you might want to scoot your tush a little bit forward if that feels comfortable. And we're going to go into a pigeon pose, or some might call it figure four, and fold forward. Okay, nice job. Now you can take that left hand and just push on your foot, your right foot, keeping it nice and flexed. You could take your right arm and bring it underneath your right thigh. And just hold here and breathe. So we're stretching that right IT band, which is that muscle that goes, or the band that goes from your knee all the way along the outer edge of your thigh and up to your waist. And it's usually a great feeling. Might feel a bit uncomfortable if you've never done it before, but eventually it will feel really, really good. And it will release a lot of pain in the hips and the lower back. Now bring yourself up on your inhale. Now you can do the same pose again, or if you want to intensify, bring that right ankle over your left thigh. And again, fold forward. Good. And this is the second one. We're only going to do 2 of these, but I wanted to give you a chance to intensify the pose. Beautiful. Breathe. And just let your chest rest on your thigh as you fold forward. And on your next inhale, we're going to slowly come up to seated. We're going to take this right knee and bring it back up to your chest. We're going to take our hands and bring them to the chair on each side of the chair, and then bring the knee to the right and back to center. And to the right and back to center. One more time. And to the right and back to center. Very good. Okay, so now we're going to go into Warrior One. You're going to need your block. Now, if you don't have a block, and you have a really big book, you can use that. Or sometimes if you have like thick throw pillows, you can put 2 together and put that down. Okay, so we're going to move our hips over to the right so that your right hip is off of the chair. And I want to turn this chair so that now the back is facing me. All right, good job. And then let's take this right knee and put it on top of your block. Now, if that isn't comfortable and you want to go all the way down to the lower level, you can do that. Some people are going to want to make it really high, if you have shorter legs or something. So, you just determine here where you want that block and how you want it to be placed. So, once you get to that situation, you can release your toes and let them just point back. And I want you to notice that from my knee all the way up to my head is a straight line. At least I hope it is. And then left knee is right over the left heel. Okay? I have my hands on the back of this chair. And I'm gazing forward. And then I'm going to inhale, bring the right arm up, gaze up. Lower back gets reset again as it curves. Chest is gazing up. Exhale, the right hand comes down. Inhale, the left arm comes up. Gaze up. Your chest is shining toward the ceiling. I used a different word earlier. Exhale, bring it down. Now, if you can bring both hands up overhead and gaze up. If your balance is okay and you can do that and you feel comfortable. Beautiful. And now, as you exhale, bring the hands down and gaze forward. Now, if you're only using one hand, then we'll come up and down. And then the other hand will go up and down. If you're using both hands, we're going to go up and down and up and down. And then take a nice big breath and notice your body. Notice how warm it feels to be using your body and how nice it feels to let that energy flow throughout your body. Yoga is so good for using your energy in a positive way. All right, so now we're going to take your strap. Oh, there it is. I had it right where I needed it. So take your strap and you're going to bring it around your right ankle. Okay? So whatever you have to do, go ahead and do that. Give you a couple more seconds to get ready. Your left hand is going to go on the chair and your right hand is going to be holding the strap. And now I'm going to come onto the ball of the right foot and I'm going to bring this heel up toward my tush. All right? Very nice. And just hold there. I want you to push that knee down into the block, your right knee. Pull the hips gently forward, just in your head. You don't even have to move. Just think of your hips going forward. And you might notice some intensity in the glutes, your hips, and also in the front of your right thigh, your quad, on the right side. Yeah. And you can take that as you hold your foot up. Another way to do this is to loop the end of your strap. Bring that knee back down and then bring the strap right over your shoulder. So you have kind of a pulley system here. And then pull from the front and bring the heel up. So if you don't have a loop on your strap, maybe next time remember to put a loop out there. We usually do something like this during the flow. Okay. Breathe. And then as you exhale, release and lower. And take that strap and place it down wherever it's out of your way. Now, we're going to come and turn so that your right foot, actually you want to turn your chair a little bit too so that you're not obstructed. So I'm just kind of slanting my chair that I'm sitting on and coming toward the front. Stretch this right leg out, and I have the option of holding on to the back of this chair that I'm on and the front and the back of the chair in front of me, okay? So we're going into Warrior Two. We want this right foot to be flat on the floor, if you can do that. And just notice how this pelvic area opens. Yeah. Notice that. Okay? And maybe you have to do a little maneuvering. Bring this right hip back a little bit. Bring the shoulders onto your back and relax them. And then maybe one hand comes out, maybe the other hand comes out, and you're going to gaze past your left hand. And breathe. Beautiful. Now you can always rest your hands down in the chair if that's too long a period of time. All right. You have the option, or maybe do one arm at a time. Yeah. Always give yourself options. Always listen to your body. Another thing you can do here is maybe hold on and give yourself your hips a lift up. Keep that left knee bent. Maybe you keep holding on to the chairs so that you're doing a standing warrior two. And then maybe you try one arm out. Maybe you try the other arm out. And maybe you try both arms out, gazing past the left fingers. Breathe, pressing the outer edge of that right foot into the mat. Good, nice job. Breathe. And then when you're ready, come back and let your whole body relax here. Okay. Turn toward that chair in front of you. You can turn your chair again so that they're both in a line. Put both hands on the front chair and bring that right heel back and your head forward. So this is a little Charleston. And then bring the right heel forward, and you can lean back here. Maybe you hold on to the back of your chair. So your head is going opposite to your foot. Foot goes back, head goes forward. Foot goes forward, heel first, and head goes back. And let's do it again. Ready, set, and do it. Nice job. And then slowly, we're going to bring both feet down. We're going to come back on our chair and bring this chair back facing forward. All right. Now we're going to get ready to do the other side. So I'm going to take this chair. Mine are folding chairs and they're very light. So if you have any folding chairs that are nice and light, I would suggest those would make great chairs to use here. Okay. All right. And then let's just come forward. Let's just appreciate where we are, who we are, and our bodies and everything that they do for us. And I know that sometimes our lives and whatever may be difficult, but I want you to think of one thing that you are grateful for. And if you have to, then spend some time searching. I am grateful for my home, for a place to lay my head at night that is comfortable. What are you grateful for? When you're ready, we're going to turn and again turn because we're going to do the other side now. Okay? Now, we're going to start with our pigeon pose because that would be the left side that we want to do. So, right foot is on the floor. Bring the left knee up toward your chest. And then bring that left foot onto the chair, and the bottom sole of your foot is facing toward the right now. And slowly take a deep breath. Inhale, exhale, fold forward over that right leg. Now, if you want, you can scoot your hips a little bit forward to make this a little more intense. If you want it less intense, scoot your hips back. Right hand goes on the bottom of your foot, keeping it nice and flexed. Your left hand and arm go underneath your left thigh, and you fold forward. And you breathe. And you notice what is stretching here. IT band on the left side. Breathe. Releasing any pressure that you have through the back, through the hips. And then inhale, come back up to seated. Now we're going to intensify the pose. If you don't want to, you just keep your foot where it is. But in order to intensify, I'm going to bring this right ankle over my left thigh. All right? Going to keep our right hand where it is on the bottom of the foot. Keep that foot flexed. And as I exhale, slowly fold forward. Chest falls on top of that inner thigh. And release. Let go of anything that is standing in the way of you being grateful. Think of how possible it is to be thankful, and notice how impossible it is to be thankful and angry and sad at the same time. They just don't go together. And then as you inhale, come back up. And let's bring that left foot down. The knee comes up to your chest. Now hold on to the chair. Bring the knee out to the left and back to center. So I'm kind of bringing my foot up and out and up and in. One more time. Out and in. Beautiful. Take a nice deep breath. Maybe bring the arms up overhead. Gaze up. Exhale, release. Very good. Now let's take your block again. And we're going to bring it to the front here. Bring your left hip off of the chair. All right? And I'm going to bring my left knee down on the block. I like it in the lowest setting. As you know, you can fix that the way you like it. Let those toes point here. Notice that there's a straight line from this left knee all the way up my body and to the top of my head. Right knee is over the right heel. Okay, so here's some lines for you to put yourself in to help you to find not only a comfortable but safe place to be. All right, and then we're going to turn this chair around so that now the back is facing us. All right, so we have somewhere to put our hands, and it is a nice safe place. So for warrior one, bring the right arm up, gaze up, exhale it down. Inhale up on the left, exhale it down. Now you might want to try both arms coming up. Good. Or perhaps you just keep going with interchanging the right to the left. Holding, if you have both arms up, let's hold them overhead. Shine your chest up. Reach those fingertips up. If you're interchanging the arms, you can take a moment to breathe in this position. Maybe with just one arm up. Okay? Very good. As you exhale, let's bring the hands down. Gaze past the fingertips. Inhale up. And if you're doing it one arm at a time, that is fine. And down. And up. And down. And up. Beautiful. As you exhale, bring the hands down to your right thigh. And just take a moment, take a nice breath here. Inhale and exhale. And then we're going to bring ourselves into warrior two. So I'm going to turn my chair kind of at an angle here so that my hips can turn. And I'm bringing, the right foot basically stays where it was. So it's the right knee is bent. I just moved that chair out of the way. And the left leg straightens out. All right. So now your left toes are facing forward. Okay. And notice the pelvic area opened up. Just notice. Maybe you're holding on to the backs of the chair. And just feel how that has opened up for you. Open up the chest with it. Gaze forward. Yeah. Sometimes opening up the body helps to change your perspective in a lot of different areas. Maybe you bring that right arm out and the left arm out. Gaze past the right fingers. So now you are not only opened up, maybe to suggestions or people, but you're also focused on your breathing and what is going on with your body. You're totally involved. Remember, if you need to bring your hands or arms down, you have the back of the chair to do that. Maybe one or both hands come down and then back up. Now you can stay there, or you can put your hands on your chair so that the chair is not going to move, and bring the hips up, keeping that right knee bent, and coming into a standing warrior two. Beautiful. And if you're seated and you're tired of warrior two, then relax your body. It's okay. It's your flow. And then as you exhale, Bring the hands down, bring your seat down. Beautiful. Take a deep breath. Now we're going to bring this left foot forward and again turn the chair so it's facing toward the right now. Get rid of this black so that it's not in our way. And hold on to the back of this front chair. And again, bring this left hip off of the mat. And we're going to bring this left foot back. We're on the ball of the left foot, pushing the heel back. And our head comes forward. Remember, opposite. And we're doing that Charleston. Bring the left heel forward. Hands come to the back of your chair and the head comes back. You may even lean on the back of your chair. Yeah. And then forward with the head, back with the heel, and opposite. Good. One more time. Beautiful. Just take your time. Maybe you only do one of these instead of 3 of them. That's your option. That's one of the reasons I do 3 of them, so that someone who is a little slower can make sure that they get one of them. I'm going to turn my chair so it's facing forward now. Take a nice deep breath. Inhale and exhale. And let's just take that right leg, bring it over the left thigh, turn toward the right, bring the right hand behind your chair, chest is facing toward the right, gaze past your right shoulder. Left foot is on the mat, press down. You might be holding on to the back of your chair. Good. And then come back to center. Bring that right foot down. Take the left leg, swing it over the right thigh. And then we're going to bring the elbow, right elbow. Turn your chest toward the left. Your left hand goes behind your chair. Yeah. Pressing the right foot into the mat. Nice little twist here to release any toxins. Nice. And then as you inhale, come back to center. Bring both feet back to the mat. And just take a moment here to find a relaxing pose. So you can stay on the chair, maybe bring a pillow and a blanket and put it over you. Maybe you want to take the chairs off and lay on the mat. Maybe you have a couch or a bed nearby and you want to lay on that for Shavasana. Yeah, and it's our last pose. Either called Shavasana or corpse pose. And usually, or a lot of times, it's a person's favorite pose. So let's take some time to relax, enjoy. Sometimes relaxing is just as hard as being productive. when you're ready, you can wiggle your toes, turn your head from side to side, open your eyes, come back to center, bring the hands up overhead, seal in your practice, and then bring your palms to heart center. May the God-given light and love in me reach out to that same light and love in you. Namaste. See you next time. This is Chair Yoga with Marie. I hope you enjoyed it.